and gentlemen, Jon Stewart.
Gracias. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Hola, Miami. ¿Qué tal, Miami? Es muy bueno. ¿Está Susana en casa? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Quesadilla. Baruch atah. It's all I know. Tonight, I am loving the Latin flavor, ladies and gentlemen of Miami. I am truly enjoying what we have here. I used to love coming to Miami in my old carousing days because of the Latino women. Oh! I loved getting rejected by women I couldn't even understand. It was a beautiful, beautiful. Hi, would you like to dance? Tu padre no tiene una pinga, pendejo. It is unbelievable here. I have to tell you, though, this is a live HBO broadcast. It's very exciting tonight for me. By the way, the people watching at home, if you'd like to be in the Miami climate along with us, here's what I suggest. Get a humidifier and bring it in front of the TV, plug it in, and then get in it. Because this is a moist environment. You know, man, and I know about this environment. I watch the Weather Channel constantly. I am in love. Call me a geek, but I enjoy the enthusiasm of the Weather Channel hosts. I just enjoy it. I never knew anybody gave that much of a shit about weather. These guys, there's a cold front coming your way. I'm going to turn on the Doppler. They're nuts. In New York, we had all this snow all winter long. Just an amazing amount of snow. And these guys were going nuts about it. The historic winter of '96. You can tell your children and your grandchildren about it. What? Because, you know, there's nothing kids love better than weather stories from old people. Grandpa, tell us about the time it was cold. All right, Billy, settle down. I do watch way too much TV. I watched the Olympics all summer. Man, that was so fun. The courage and the strength of the gymnastics team, the women's gymnastics, that blew my mind. You know what? Here's a little something about me. If I were to do a gymnastics vault and land on my ankle and tear it to shreds, that'd be my last vault. I don't care how many middle-aged Romanian fellas were urging me on. I'm going to sit down. Love my country, love my teammates, not vaulting anymore. I can't believe in the middle of that, she just didn't turn and go, you fucking do it, come on. Oh, Caddy, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I cannot do it. You can do it. Those gymnasts were unbelievable, weren't they? They're all like, they're 18 years old, they're this big, they're full of muscles. I got a vault, I want a vault, I want a vault. They're nuts. I saw 14-year-old Dominique Mosciano, the 14-year-old. Man, she was doing her balance beam routine, and she did a double flick-flack into hamel-camel, and she hit her head on the beam. Do you remember? Just like that. And the beam is made of, what's the word? Wood. It's made of wood. Imagine that in reverse. You're standing still, I come up behind you with a 2x4. All right. So she hits her head on the beam, and then does this. I move it. I didn't move. I didn't move it. And goes into her dismount. You know, when I hit my head on the balance beam, I don't go into my dismount. I go into my uncontrollable fall. Oh, John, you can do it. Get up. You can do it. You can do it. Because I am impressed by the gymnastics. You know, I watch the Olympics. I can run, I can swim, I can throw things. I can't do it that fast, but I can do it. I cannot put my head in my ass and flip over. I cannot do that. If I could, I would be home doing that. For I imagine that would be very enjoyable. But I'm still the critic. As impressed as I am by gymnastics, I'm still the critic guy. I'm still sitting at home in my underwear drinking beer going, stick your landings! What is this? What is that? The Russians stick their landings? All the countries, man. I watched it on NBC. Were there other countries involved this year other than us? It was unbelievable. The amazing thing to me is the other countries, they all get along at the Olympic Village. There's countries that are at war with each other, and yet they're all just getting along. They're walking through. You know, Iraq followed Iran into the stadium. Nothing happened. I can't believe the Iraqi flag guy just didn't sneak up a couple of steps, you know? So those guys are, man. Did you know we were bombing Iraq again? It's not even news now, is it? I saw it on CNN's Entertainment Minute. It's barely news. We're bombing Iraq. We just love to bomb that guy. He's on such a short leash with us. We used to bomb him for real stuff, you know? Hussein invaded Kuwait. Bomb him! Now it's like, he had red wine with fish. Bomb him! He's wearing white pants after Labor Day. Drop the bombs! Why do we always have to fight Iraq? We're the #1 military in the world. Is Iraq even ranked? How do we get to fight them? Don't they at least have to get through England before they get to us? What? My feeling is we have no business being in the Middle East at war. We have no business fighting over there. There's no reason for it. And you know what? I'm a Jewish guy. I've been to Israel. I'm really glad it's there. But I'll tell you what, there will never be peace there. Those are religious wars. Too many people have too many claims on too small a piece of land. Every major religion began in Israel. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam all began in Israel. All began in Jerusalem. All began within like a 2-block radius of each other. Jesus, Mohammed, and Moses all went to the same high school. There will never be peace there. They're so cut. You get off the plane in Israel, and immediately it's like, welcome to Israel, the Holy Land. Huh, great, I'm from America, home of the Whopper. Nice to see you. It's not going to happen. Oh, still, when I see the young Jewish girls still love to go to Israel. That 18, 19 years old Jewish girls, they're going to go there and they're going to help their country. I'm going to go help my homeland. They get over there and, man, the Israeli soldiers are just lining up to see him. They're so excited. We are so glad you came here. It is very difficult to live in this country. Tomorrow I am to be shipped off to the Golan Heights, where I may lose my life. Touch it, please. Touch it. Come on, you can do it. Touch it. You can do it. I wanna do it. Why are we flying thousands? We need an enemy closer to home. We're out there thousands and thousands of miles away bombing people. Why? Canada's right here. They're just waiting for us. We could drive our shit to the border and just throw it over. They don't even have an army, just 2 guys on horseback. I'll save you. That's it. Be easy. Are there any Canadians here tonight? Are you? Oh. You're not gonna tell them about our plan, are you? You gotta be careful because they look just like us. You know, they can sneak in. I was actually, you know what? I was in Canada. This Canadian woman wouldn't leave me alone. What do Americans really think about Canada? Oh, you can tell me. what do Americans really think about Canada? And I was like, we don't. You know, as a matter of fact, until we run out of natural resources, you guys are pretty safe. But when that day comes... Hey, Canada, how's it going? We're out of wood. I don't know how to put this. Get out. We would do it, too. We're great. We're the country that bombed Somalia. We bombed a country without copper wiring. Of course, we fed them first. Did you have a nice sandwich? Good. Now run! I'm getting a cramp. Never eat a half hour before bombing. We have the #1 military in the world right now. We're #1. And we're 15th educationally. Woo! Smart bombs, really stupid children. That's what we've got. In the next war, the bombs will be way too smart and valuable. We'll just have to drop illiterate school children on the country we're fighting. Wouldn't that be a nice video from the Pentagon? Coming up, you'll see the War Ministry and that little white blip headed towards the building. That's Jimmy Dixon from Bronx Elementary. He's 9. He's got a can of spray paint. He's going to vandalize the roof. Here he goes. He's going to write "Eat Me" right on the ceiling. They hate that. Let's see. E-E-T. We have so many weapons. And I'm not afraid of retaliation from other countries because we are very strong. I'm sure we'll all be saved by the emergency broadcast system. I'm not worried about it. What a useless piece of shit that turned out to be. What if you're not watching TV or listening to the radio? Do they just come to your door? You know what the emergency broadcast system is a test of? Your remote control. That's it. As soon as it comes on, this is a test. Click. Yep, still works. Beautiful. Let me put this away. I click off constantly. I'm watching the political conventions and the politics. God, I want to care about that stuff, but I can't. You watch politics on TV, man, there's more believable characters on Melrose Place. What do they think they're doing? Who do they think they're fooling with that shit? Why is it whenever somebody wants to be elected, suddenly they become us? Suddenly they want to be played as the common man. Bob Dole's been in the Senate for 35 years. He wants to be president now. Suddenly he's Citizen Bob. I'm the common man. I'm just like you. You go to Hooters? Wow. Don't be the common man. Be better than us. You want to be president? Be better than us. Lead us. We don't know shit. We've been swept away by the Macarena. What the fuck do we know? Be better than us. Not that that isn't very fun to do. Don't get me wrong. I get the feeling that politicians have no opinions of their own. That they're just looking at the polls to see what they should say and what they should feel and what they should think. I bet you if a poll came out tomorrow that 95% of the country was homosexual, you'd see Bob Dole up there the next day. Bob Dole's a fairy. Bob Dole's always been a fairy. Elizabeth is a man. I met her at a Streisand concert. Please, I want to be your president. I'm getting old. My prostate's the size of a cantaloupe. Please, help me. I'll say anything. Why am I pointing my thumb? I picked the gay issue because nothing bothers Republicans more than that. They are just, Pat Buchanan, gay people are ruining the country. Of course they are, Pat. I mean, how can you concentrate on the problems of the country with the constant sound of butt fucking in your ears? It must be really hard. I mean, honestly, how do you concentrate on economic reform and development with the distracting thump of one man's balls slapping into another man's ass? I actually saw Buchanan in an airport once, and I had all this shit I wanted to say to him because I find that man such a dickbag, such an odious little man. So I went up to him. And I had all these things I wanted to say to him, and he was right in the airport, so I walk right up to him and I go, Buchanan! And that was it. That was all I said. I wanted to say shit. Suddenly I'm Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I know that, dude. It was all that came out. The Republicans, honestly, they blame the problems of the country on all the wrong things. Entertainment, rap music. You can't let the kids hear the rap music, because they'll hear the lyrics and then they'll go out and commit the crimes that they hear in the songs. What is that? What's the correlation between lyrics and action? Christ, Julie Andrews sang Climb Every Mountain. I don't go hiking every weekend. It's a fucking song. There are crazy people in the world that do crazy shit. That is the end of it. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, it used to scare me, that crazy cult leader from Texas, Perot. I can't believe they will not let Perot into the debates. That is the only fun of having a debate. You need a madman in there, just to see the other candidates trying to figure out what the fuck he's talking about. He has that homespun wisdom. Can't do it. Can't put up a barn without 2 nails in the scrotum. Can't be done. President Clinton, you've got 2 minutes to respond. I watch Hee Haw and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. You need Perot. Debates aren't interesting. You don't watch it to hear about healthcare. You watch a debate like you watch an auto race. You want to see a car go around the track, fly out of control, and into the stands and kill somebody. And with Perot, you got that chance. You never know when, in the middle of a debate, he's going to pick up his little mutant head and go, I've had sex with a dog twice. Well, the Republicans are putting gonorrhea in my sandwiches. It's true. Who is going to lead us? It's so depressing. The last great leader we had as a president was John F. Kennedy. Since then, downhill slope. Who is going to take that mantle? I used to think JFK Jr., you know, he'd rise into that, but how can you do that? If your father was JFK, that's too much pressure. Could you follow in his footsteps? Could you follow in the footsteps of the man who said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country? It's too much pressure. The only thing my dad ever said to me, don't shit where you eat. That's what he said. That's really it. I got nowhere to go but up. Isn't that nice? And I don't want to give you the wrong idea, like I'm a big political active guy. I'm not. I've been to 3 protests in my life. The first one was a pro-choice rally in Washington, D.C. And I went down there. There you go. I'll tell you what, though, man, when you're a guy at a pro-choice rally, you really just feel like the problem, quite frankly. Oh, so you mean without penises, this would just be a hike? Oh, all right. The second one was anti-war, Persian Gulf War, very popular war, small protest, 10 people. Thursday afternoon, not very enthusiastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't want to go to work today. The third one was after the Rodney King verdict. Now, I'm sure you remember the nights after that. I saw the Rodney King verdict on TV, and like everybody else, I just thought, oh, the injustice. Those cops, oh, I can't believe they got off. And I went outside, my friends were hanging around, you know, and we started talking about it. Yeah! It was bullshit! Fuck the police. Yeah. So we went to this demonstration. 200 people in Times Square. One guy had a megaphone. Fuck the police. We were just saying that. Let's march. Fuck the police. 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 Now there's 2,000 of us marching through the streets of New York City shouting, fuck the police. And at that moment, all hell breaks loose. People are turning over cars, punching each other. One guy's got a gun, and I'm just thinking, where the fuck are the police? By the way, at any demonstration you go to, there's always one guy in the back with a huge banner. Legalize pot. I don't know what they're doing there. They're like the Where's Waldos of the protest world. They're just out there. Are there legalized pot people here tonight? See that? I'll tell you what, I bet the legalized pot demonstrations would be fun to go to. That'd be all right. Probably last about 5 minutes and then just break down into a game of Frisbee or something, you know. Guy'd be out there. We're gonna march on what? Dude, is that a whammo? Oh, shit. Oh, shit, what's up? Hacky sack. See, here's what I don't understand about legalizing pot. Why? Why do you want to do that? I like pot. It's a very lovely thing, but why legalize it? Are you having trouble finding it? I mean, Jesus. It's everywhere. Do you need it in the 7-Eleven because you're too tired to walk to the park? For Christ's sake, it's everywhere. You live in Florida. It washes up on the beach. For Christ's sake, it's right there. And I understand the fight against regulations. You know what I don't understand? How alcohol has escaped regulation in this country. That blows my mind. Here's how it is in this country. Smoking will kill you. Drugs will ruin your life. Beer, it's magically delicious. First commercial, just say no. Some guy lying in the street, covered in vomit.
I smoked pot once and I'm completely ruined. I lost my house and my family and my penis.
Just say no. Very next commercial, two young guys are walking through the desert. They find a Miller bottle. They pop it open. Suddenly, it's snowing and women in bikinis are dancing around their pool. What's the message? Drugs will ruin your life, but beer gets you laid in the desert. Enjoy. Everybody loves beer. Look, even the frogs love beer. Look. Bud Wise. Those aren't frogs. Those are people that have drank beer for 50 years. That's what you look like. They'll advertise beer on television every 5 minutes, but they won't advertise condoms on network TV because they're afraid it'll lead young people to have sex. Oh, and I know, because wait till young people find out about the pleasures of sex with condoms. Oh, yeah. You think you like fucking now? Wait till you try it in plastic. They won't advertise condoms on network TV because it'll lead young people to have sex. Like beer isn't the leading cause of sex amongst young people. How many people here have ever gotten laid because they had too many condoms at a party one night? Hey, Joey, what happened to me last night? Well, after your 7th condom, you end up fucking that fat guy at the end of the bar. You really had your latex goggles on that night, my friend. Such poor decision. Hey, you know what was the best protest I ever saw, actually? The Million Man March. I just thought that was amazing. I didn't go to Washington for the Million Man March. I was actually there the next weekend for 30 Jews pulling a falafel wagon. But, the Million Man March, it had such dignity. What they were trying to accomplish there was amazing. The only thing that I thought would have made the Million Man March a more effective demonstration is if they hadn't have told people they were doing it that day. Just didn't announce it. Just gathered together 1 million black men and walked down the streets of Washington. I would have loved to have seen 2 white yuppie guys sitting in an outdoor cafe. Wow, this is delightful calamari. Is that a vinaigrette? It happened. It finally happened. And you must admit, Louis Farrakhan is a very persuasive and charismatic leader. He has convinced thousands of people to wear bow ties, and that is not easy to do. I think white people just fear Farrakhan. Because his name, it sounds different, it sounds evil. Farrakhan. Genghis Khan. Wrath of Khan. Shaka Khan. Actually, you know what? It's not so bad. Farrakhan, let me rock you, Farrakhan. Farrakhan, let me rock you. That is the lamest dance move in the world. Farrakhan, I'm a Jewish guy, and he was actually making a little sense to me that day. He slipped up every now and again, but he was saying some interesting things. We must take responsibility for our actions. So that the blood-sucking Jew... Huh? I'm sorry, what was that last one? That's right, the bagel-eating, lock-smelling Jew. Wow, he knows our foods. Wow. I love it when Farrakhan says something evil, he always cuts it with that baby face. That's his speaking style, you know. The bagel-eating Jew, we will destroy that. We will ruin that. Jews and blacks fighting each other. That has to be the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard of in my... What are we fighting about? Who's got more people in show business? What are we fighting about? Jews and blacks fighting for the supremacy of... nothing! We're Jews and blacks. You don't think Big Whitey sits at home watching that going, this is beautiful. I love this. How do we get the Cubans involved? We'll get them all gone. Jews and blacks, we should get together and get Whitey. Let's get Whitey. Let's... Wow. Wrong crowd? All right. Jews and blacks come from the same history, 2,000 years of bullshit. We've just expressed our suffering differently as people. Blacks developed the blues. Jews complain, we just never thought of putting it to music. It's very similar. We whine, we just have no real sense of rhythm. That's our problem. Although my grandmother actually wrote a blues song once. We were sitting in a restaurant, it was called Gee, It's Drafty Here. And, maybe you heard the B-side, Now It's Too Hot. She's a very tough woman to please. And believe me, I understand bigotry, I understand racism. My grandfather, 90 years old, huge bigot. I love the man to death, huge bigot. Hates immigrants. From Russia. Hates immigrants. I guess my grandfather's one of those lucky immigrants who got off the boat, signed in, and then turned to the people behind him in line and went, "Now get off my land, you foreign bastards." That's right. I've been here 10 seconds, you're ruining everything. It's so distressing when an older person speaks in bigoted tones because when older people speak, it carries more weight. For two reasons. A, they don't talk very often. And B, you'd think after all those years of living, they'd cull some wisdom and some nuggets to pass on to us. When my grandfather speaks, we all lean in. You know, it's at Thanksgiving dinner, if he picks his head up, we're all pushing, you know. Ooh, grandfather's about to say something. I'm sure we'll learn. The Chinese are a very sneaky people. Thank you, Obi-Wan. It's just, I don't know how he gets away with it, you know, and it's just, the Jews and the blacks, it's wrong, and it just plays into the hands of the blame people. The bigoted people that have to blame other people for their lives not working out the way they're supposed to work out. You know? Oh, it's immigrants' fault. It's government's fault. You know what's amazing to me? These militias that are out in Idaho, and they live on compounds in Idaho, and they're sure that Jews control the banks and blacks are coming to take their shit. But they live in Idaho, so they've never met Jews or blacks, but they've seen Martin and they rented Yentl, so they're pretty sure they know what's going on. I'm a Jewish guy. I can swear to you, there is no Jewish banking conspiracy. Do you know why? Jews can't agree with other Jews on where to go for dinner. There's no way we control the banks. We couldn't even get that meeting started. All right, Saul, Morris, everybody, sit down. We're going to start the meeting to control the banks. Oh, sure. Who died and left you king? No, sure. Start the meeting. I'll sit over here. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I got no opinions. These paranoid people in the country that believe all these theories they get on the internet. You know, aliens landed in America and the government's keeping it a secret. Oh, yeah, because the government's so good at keeping secrets. Dick Morris can't get his toe sucked by a hooker without it going out on the AP wire. But aliens landed. And the people that talk about aliens in this country, these, like, trailer park people from the Midwest, these women that come out, aliens landed and they basically abducted me and had sex with me through the use of an anal probe. Are aliens just the horny bastards of the universe? Are they on some sort of freaky alien spring break that we don't know about? And they're aliens. They've got advanced technology. Why? These women? They're flying around. Elle McPherson is sitting in a hotel room naked somewhere. No, they're going to fly down and fuck Hillbilly Helen. No, that's what they're going to do. That's what the aliens are going to do. It's just... And if you notice, the aliens always abduct them and put them right back. They never take them home to the alien planet. They're just like regular guys. They'll fuck them, but they don't want their friends to see them with them. They don't want nothing to do with it. It's just... Why don't the aliens ever come and take the people we don't want? Sure, John Tesh is just outdoors every now and again. You can jump on him, can't you? Can't the aliens catch Kathy Lee Gifford on the way to the market and pull her out? Abduct her and make her work in some alien clothes sweatshop? Isn't there something they can do there? I don't mean to give her shit. It's just... Kathy Lee Gifford personally insulted me on her television program, and I think I'm still holding a grudge. It's just, what can I do? There's nothing I can do. I went to do Regis and Kathy Lee, which tapes about 7 o'clock in the morning, which is fine with me, because, I'm a morning person. All right. So I get there. Here's the show that day. It's me, Marvin Hamlish, and 2 guys from an auto show. Wow. Sweeps. All right. So we're all sitting in the back room. They set you up in the back room with a monitor so you can watch the show. And I don't know if you've seen the show, Regis and Kathy Lee, but it starts with 20 minutes of spontaneous, hilarious conversation. And this show was no different. Apparently, Regis had a bran muffin that morning, and they just took it from there. All right. Really, Regis? A bran muffin? Cody loves bran muffins. You're kidding. That must get messy. Reg. All right. So... basically, I'm in the back room watching it like this. What the fuck? The 2 guys from the auto show are watching it like this. What? Marvin Hamlish is watching it like this. Bran muffin. All right, so... they start the show. Regis does the honors of who's on that night, Today on the show, Marvin Hamlish. And Marvin gets a nice round of applause. Today on the show, 2 guys from the auto show. Guys get a nice round of applause. Today on the show, Jon Stewart. And I get a nice round of applause. And at that point, Kathy Lee looks directly into the camera and goes, they're so nice. They're applauding and they don't even know who he is. I don't know if you've ever had the experience of Marvin Hamlish turning to you in a room and going, ooh, burn. I'm not afraid of her. I'm not afraid of her. I'm not afraid of aliens. I live in New York. I live in New York City, and I feel very safe in New York City because I got that chain that goes from the wall to the door inside my apartment. I'll tell you what, you put that chain on at night and that just says to criminals, hey, you're not getting in here unless you push with your hand. I live there with my cat, Stan. Me and my cat, Stan, we live in my apartment. It's very nice. I actually took him to the vet recently to get neutered because, you know, I was just sick of his constant bragging. You know, every night was, I'm getting laid so often, you know, that kind of thing. The sad part was, he's never been out of my apartment. That was the first time he left my apartment, so he was actually happy to be going, you know what I mean? Because I put him into that little cardboard cat carrying case that they give you, and I brought him to the vet, and I took him out, and he's out like, you know, ooh, rambling man. You know, he was very excited. But the vet, as a matter of routine, takes the cat's temperature anally, which surprised me, but really surprised the cat. The cat is basically, he's up there looking around, I'm across the room, this is all I see. Boom, huh? Meow, meow, ow, ow, my ass, ow, hello. Sad. It's very sad. Oh, please. You're applauding his pain. And that's what happened to him the only time he's ever left my apartment. That's what he thinks the outside world is. Which makes me very uncomfortable because he sees me leave the apartment every day. Whenever I'm leaving, he's always got that look on his face like, you like that? Stay with me in my no anal penetration world, please. Which I try and do as often as I can, but as you get older, you can't. You go out to the doctor, and it's just, as you get older, your health concerns, they change so dramatically. When you're 18, do you even have health insurance? No, fake ID. That's all you need, fake ID. And if you do get hurt, it's always something cool anyway. It's not something embarrassing. It's always, you know, hey, Doc, can you fix me up? Oh, we're out there, we're having a little party or something. I don't know, we're all fucked up. Some guy hit me with a bat. I don't know, just tape it up. Tape it up, we got 5 kegs. That's all. I'm in my 30s. I went to the doctor recently because I thought I had a hemorrhoid. Well, it's humiliating to have to tell the doctor you think you have a hemorrhoid, although apparently I have no trouble telling you people. But, and man, when you have ass pain, you go to the doctor immediately. You don't hear people going, you know, for the past 5 or 6 months, I have had a burning fire in my ass. Should I check that out? Indeed, Smithers. And the exam is humiliating. You're bent over a table and your pants are around your ankles and you feel so vulnerable, just like you could use a hug. Or at least hear something medical, you know? You know, have them lean down. Yeah, some ointment would be good there to clear up in 4 days. I don't hear any of that. I'm bent over a table, pants around my ankles. This is what I hear. I don't see anything. In this really accusing voice. Like I'm just tricking him to get him to look up my ass. Like as he's looking up my ass, I'm going to turn around and go, gotcha, made you look. Ha ha, I win again, I win again. I don't know what I expected him to say, I guess. I didn't expect him to look up there and go, magnificent. Nurse, get my sketch pad. Yes, you're going up on my refrigerator. As I get older, just fewer and fewer things make sense to me. I came from MTV. I started on MTV. When I watch it now, I get baffled. There's a show on there called Singled Out. It's a dating show that just ruins people's self-esteem. It basically breaks you down into body parts and then weeds out the ones that are unacceptable. Basically, it's like, all right, let's start the show. Todd, what category do you want to start with? Well, Chris, how about tits? Okay, tits. What do you like, big tits or little tits? Well, you know I hate little tits, so let's get rid of them. And then the little titty girls have to do the little titty walk of shame. All right, they're gone. What category now? Hair on the vagina? Okay. What do you like, Kojak or Bernie from room 222? What do you like? And I apologize if that was too graphic for the ladies in the audience. I apologize. But you know what? I'm onto the ladies' game. You know, the whole rumor in this country is that men are very graphic about sex, and women are very demure and don't really like to talk about it. But you know what? I've heard ladies talk about sex, and you are fucking graphic. Because men, when they talk about sex, we don't want to hear details. It's a tally. It's just you're in and out with the conversation. Men's sex talk is just that. Hey, did you go out with that chick last night? Yeah? Did you fuck her? Yeah. Good man. That's it. That's the conversation. Very quick. Women. Oh my God. Oh my God, he was beautiful. His penis was like a baby's arm holding an apple. It was just... Oh my, it tasted like a mocha frappuccino from Starbucks. It was just... Oh my God. Ugh. Men would never talk like that. Because for men, sex is not that enjoyable a thing. It's just a competitive thing. That's why we're in there. For women, sex is, oh, the waves of pleasure went through my body like a babbling brook, and the wind and sand blew my hair. Men are just, 5 minutes, beat my old time, yes! Because we're intimidated by women sexually. Because you're very complicated sexually. We're very simple. We're used to the penis. We've been working out on the penis for years. And the penis is simple. Easy. One-piece unit, self-cleaning, screws in, screws out, no mess, no fuss, no worries. You look at it, you know exactly what to do with it. Women's genitals are this island of mystery, shrouded in shrubbery. What the fuck is in there? Nobody knows. It's all these parts. Lip, hood, zipper, honey, I can't even hook up the VCR. What do you want from me? We're used to the penis. That's what we've been working out on. Men masturbate constantly. Am I sharing too much? Okay, I do, okay? You feel better now? I do. I masturbate a lot. You're lucky I'm here, okay? You know what's sad? I masturbate a lot, and yet I don't floss because it's too much of a hassle. Men have been masturbating for years. That's why it's so cute, I gotta tell you. When women try and give men a hand job. That is so adorable. It really... I have to say, you know, we appreciate your enthusiasm. We appreciate your effort. But the whole time we're just thinking, baby, you're messing with the master! You're playing rookie ball. And the hand job is the greatest example of male restraint during sex. We'll sit there for 10 minutes. Yeah, sure, no, go ahead. Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, no, good, no, knock yourself out. That's good. Excuse me, 2 twist, turn, done. See, done. Easy. And I don't want you to get the idea that I'm a pervert and you know, I have a girlfriend. She's lovely. I am so in love with her, and it's just, she inspires me. It feels so weird. I'm writing poetry. Well, poem. I wrote a poem. I didn't finish it, but it's just, what rhymes with sweet pussy? Does anybody? My girlfriend's not Jewish, and I am, but it doesn't present a problem, which is really nice, because I'm a Jewish guy, but I'm not a serious Jew. Obviously, I don't wear the protective religious headgear. I don't. It's called a yarmulke, by the way. Not a Jew beanie. I have a friend, actually, who wears a yarmulke that's knitted. He's so proud of it. My girlfriend made it for me. Oh, that's great. Did you ever think she was making you a sweater and just thought, fuck it? It's like 2 inches in time. Why do you have to wear shit on your head to prove you're religious? Every religion's got these bizarre wardrobe idiosyncrasies. Look at the Pope. Nice man, but purely in a fashion sense, guy's a hat choice away from being the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. Not so funny when it's your guy, huh? Okay. All right. No problem. Oh, fun. Oh, it's just fun. Yeah. Everybody loves the Pope. Everybody loves the Pope. The Pope is the most loved man that nobody agrees with I've ever seen in my life. He draws 100,000 people. We love you, Pope! Be celibate. Fucking guy. He kills me. That guy kills me. Give up all your material possessions. Do the big hat! Wear the big hat! And I don't mean to make fun of religion, you know. I know people take it very seriously. And look, I believe in God. I just think maybe God's not watching out as closely for us as we might think. I mean, look, he created the world in what, 6 days? 5 billion years ago. Don't you think by now he's moved on to another project? Did you ever think we're just something shitty he threw together for his third grade science fair in the first place? He created us in his own image, and he was just thinking, oh shit, it's due tomorrow. All right, get me some styrofoam and people. I mean, look at the way we celebrate the holidays. We're a little goofy about the celebrations. I mean, look at Easter. It's a great theory behind Easter. A guy comes down to earth, takes your sins, dies, comes back 3 days later. If you believe in him, you get to go to heaven forever. That's pretty cool. So how do you go from that to hide the eggs? How the fuck did hide the eggs get in there? Did Jesus have some sort of a problem with eggs? Hey, by the way, when I come back, if I see any fucking eggs, no, I'm serious. No, I am allergic. Please. I don't give a shit. Paint him and hide him. Just get him out of my sight. What is the significance between Jesus and eggs? I've actually been thinking about it. How many disciples did Jesus have? 12. How many eggs are in a carton? Coincidence? I don't think so. Open up a carton of eggs. One of the eggs is always cracked. The Judas egg. And not that being Jewish follows any better logic. Here are the rules of being Jewish as far as I can tell. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't eat pork. What was that last one? Don't eat pork. God has spoken. Is that the word of God, or is it just pigs trying to outsmart everybody? What does God give a shit? I think the pigs just learned ventriloquism. Some guy's coming at him with a hatchet, and the pigs are in there. This is God. Get away from the pigs. They're not kosher. Is that a word? Shut up. Don't believe you. They're not kosher. Look at those cows. They look pretty tasty. Go grab them. And I don't mean to sound bitter. I don't mean to sound bitter about religion. But, you know, being Jewish in this country, it's a little rough. It's a Christian country, and around Christmas time, we get a little bored with the TV programs, to be honest with you. We got to sit around and listen to all your little happy Christmas jingles. Christmas time is here again, except for you, you fucking Jew boy! No Christmas for the Jew boy! Do we get happy jingles around holidays? No. Do we get TV shows? No. Here's what Jews get around holidays. On the day of the holiday, an Aryan newscaster comes on and goes, by the way, our Jewish friends are celebrating a holiday. And then a little picture comes up behind him of like a candle and a bagel and a big fucking nose. Our Jewish friends are celebrating Rosh Hashanah Yaga. You know what, man? We got holidays. Jews got holidays out the ass. I stay home sometimes. I don't even know why. I just stay home. Is today a holiday? Yeah, it's Hachen Blachen Flachen Day. I have no idea. We have amazing holidays. You know what's coming up on Monday? Yom Kippur. Greatest Jewish holiday ever. The Jewish Day of Atonement. You don't eat for one day. All your sin for the year is wiped clean. Beat that! With your little Lent. What is Lent? 40 days of absolution? 40 days to 1 day. Even in sin, you're paying retail. And you know what? Here's the good part. It's sundown to sundown. It's not even a whole day. Most Jews by 2 p.m. are like, fuck it, it's cloudy, I'll have a sandwich. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night.